Hello everybody and happy Monday. That weekend went so fast, didn't it? I'll sit here now and chill and relax until some of you can come in and join me. I do hope the sun is shining wherever you are, because I can tell you one thing, it is not shining here. We're back to winter. I had to go to the hospital this morning to have an x-ray of my leg, so I wore a little summer dress and sandals for easy access to my leg. And you know something, I'm frozen since. So somebody's there, let me know who is there, and please, if you're there, will you send me a love heart or a thumbs up or anything at all, because when you do that, Facebook will actually send a notification out to other people, so you're actually helping somebody else if you do that as well. So I'm hoping some of you can come in and say hello. I'm actually going to set this up on my phone as well so that I can have a peek and see. Does that mean that Mary Callahan's there? I can see you, Mary. How are you? I'm going to turn this volume down. Sorry. Isn't that shocking? You can hear me talking away to myself. But listen, it's just great. I love to be able to see that, because then I can see exactly who's coming in and who's not in. Okay. So, somebody else is coming in. Yeah, hi Mary. How are you? Great to see you. Now, I'm sure the weather's probably a lot better up with you than it is here, but anyway, it's just it's horrid, absolutely horrid. I feel sorry for the kids that are off now, looking forward to their summer, you know, and they're back in the winter jeans. Sorry, my hair is driving me mad as well, because I'm getting a cut tomorrow and I cannot wait. I'll be there all afternoon tomorrow for a cut and highlights and colour and the works. And I'm one of these people who I actually can't stand going to the hairdressers. Love my hairdresser, can't stand. I wish to God I could just take my head and pop it in and say, you know, do whatever you want with it, and I'll come back and collect it in a couple of hours. But life doesn't work like that. Mary said very overcast here in Dublin. I know, even last night, a great fire lit, heat was on, and even earlier in the evening I thought, it's getting quite dark. It's disappointing. So I'm hoping that maybe things will improve very soon. I can't see who else is there, but that's okay. I'm actually going to go into somewhere else, because that might... Here we go. Ailish is there, and Anne-Marie Wall is there too. Anne-Marie, do you know something? I'll be honest, I haven't even looked at your paint colours yet, but you've given me the nod now in the prompt, and I will. It's not going to be too hard to pick the right paint for that house, I don't think. Okay, so listen, design paralysis. Has anybody got to put their hand up here and say, you know what, that's me? Because I find it's really common. Whether you intend it to be the case or not, it's really, really common. And there's two different camps when it comes to design paralysis that I know of, my experience that I've seen. One are those that never finish. They'll start, but they'll never actually finish, because they don't know how to finish, and that's fine. And the other camp is the ones that never start, because they genuinely don't know where to start. They're just totally overwhelmed by the whole process. You know, do I start with the paint? Do I start with the floor? Do I start with the sofas? What do I start with? And it makes it very, very difficult. And for anybody who has started and that's probably even more frustrating, to be honest, because I know so many people who, for different reasons, have started a room and just never, ever, ever get to finish it. Although I find sometimes having an event like a wedding in the family, or a Holy Communion, or a big birthday party, or something like that, sometimes gives you the momentum to just get things finished up. Brida's there too. This is great. I can see exactly who's here. This is brilliant. So tell me which camp you're in. I'd be curious, is it one that you never finish, or two that you never start? So today I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can actually get started, and how you can make it easy if you're totally overwhelmed. Although the best advice that I can give you is to join Sharing the Secrets, my online interior design masterclass. Mary O'Callaghan is there already. So you're in very good company, because if you join that masterclass, it's an online masterclass, and because I've got a birthday to celebrate this month, I actually have a big discount on it for this month. It's 20% off until Anne blows out her birthday candles. So if you're thinking of doing it, will you do it now and save yourself some money, because then you'll never, ever not start. For sure, I show you exactly how to start in the most easy step-by-step logical format, and I'm there to hold your hand every step of the way as well in the private members Facebook group. And if finishing is your problem, and lots of the girls, to be honest, would admit that finishing is their problem, and the ladies there too, brilliant. Finishing is a problem. So if you join the masterclass, I will show you how to finish. Again, in a logical step-by-step way. I'll help you figure out your own style and then show you exactly what to do. So that's one easy fix if you suffer from design paralysis in any shape or form. But I'm going to give you 3 little tips. If you struggle, 3 little tips that will actually make it a little bit easier for you. And the first one is pick what I would call a jumping off point. Pick something to start with. Pick something with colour in it. And I would suggest that you pick a fabric, that you pick a cushion, that you pick a rug, or you pick artwork. And when you do that, then you can get your paint colour from the base colour of that fabric. And as well as that, if you pick a fabric that has a couple of colours in it that coordinate well together, then you've got your accent colours as well. So pick a fabric that has 2 or 3 different colours in it. And then you've got your base colour and you've got your accent colour. So you've got somewhere to start. Okay? So that's a very simple little tip. Anne McGrory is there too. Hi Anne, that's a new name to me. Hi Anne, you're very, very welcome. And listen, for anybody popping in later on and watching on the replay, just send me a little hashtag replay and let me know that you're coming in on the replay, because I'd love to know that. And if you have a question, pop it into the comment box as well, and if I see it, I will answer it. So pick a jumping off point. Best place to start, best place to pick your paint colour, best place to pick your colour scheme if you really don't know what you're doing and you've no confidence. But I do say, check out the masterclass. I actually, for once, I was way ahead of myself. I was here a couple of minutes early and I popped the link in the comments box. So if you want to see and read all about it, the link is there and you can see all about it. Now, I see I've put something in for Room Junkie TV. Don't know what that's about. That's my YouTube channel. Don't know why that came up here. But anyway, you will get the link to the masterclass if you've any interest in that. Another thing that might surprise you that I do, and this really helps in finishing off a room, add a bit of black. And black scares people. See that lamp that I've got behind me? There's black in it. And the black works well with the gold and the gilt. But I call black the eyeliner. From a girl who always wears eyeliner, probably too much some days. Shirley is there. Hello, my gorgeous Shirley. How are you? I'm going to be sending you an email very, very soon. Yeah, black is a really, really good thing that people don't think about when this is for the I can't finish off my room camp. Every room needs a little bit of eyeliner. So if you think about it, you can have a little bit of black in your lamp. You could have it maybe in your rug. You could have it in your curtain poles. You could have it in picture frames. But it does give a little pop of something, a little bit of oomph that you never would have thought about. And it'll work well as a pop against, there's my... Sorry, I'm watching this as a mirror image. So there I've got the pink with the black and the gold, and that works. And any colour would work with that, So a little bit of black is a really, really good thing that you would never probably have thought about at all. Jane is there too. Hi, Jane and Eileen. Great. Lovely to see these lovely, lovely familiar faces and beautiful faces coming in to say hello. Okay, so that's 2 things you can do. 1, pick your jumping off point. Fall in love with the fabric, fall in love with the cushion, fall in love with a piece of art, fall in love with a rug or something that's got plenty of colour in it, and then work your scheme from that. Take your paint colour and your accent colours from that, and then add in a little bit of eyeliner in the form of some black. As little or as much as you like. I love black, and I would use a lot of black in interiors, which would probably frighten people, but it works. It absolutely works. And it's quite elegant. Like black, I love black painted furniture. Black painted furniture, and if you've got old ugly pine furniture, try painting a little table for your hall in black, regardless of what your colour scheme is, and you'd be surprised. I have 3 black tables up in my hall, and they work beautifully. 2 of them I bought like that, and 1 I actually painted. It's one of those little tables. It's like a pod. It actually fits to the wall, and it's got a corbel underneath it, which is lovely. It's on a little short wall. So black. Don't discount the black. It's the eyeliner of interior design. Jane is saying she just signed in. Well, it's great to see you. It's absolutely lovely to see you. And the third thing I will tell you, if you're unsure, and let me tell you, the fearless in interior design are very easy to spot. And the fearless they're the ones who have no problem matching up or mixing up patterns. They'll mix stripes with plaids, with florals, with plains, and get away with it. They'll mix up styles in their room. They'll mix up different colours in their room. They'll mix up different cushions because they have the confidence. They might put in a rug that you might think was a bold choice, but it works. And why does it work? Because they're confident. Why are they confident? Because they've got the knowledge. Why have they got the knowledge? Because maybe they've done my course. That's why. So knowledge begets confidence. I see this to my girls over and over and over, and then they start to believe me, and they can't believe what they've put together. Like, Jane, you know, your eye has come on, your confidence has come on in leaps and bounds. You had a very good eye to start with, but now you can easily put a scheme together and put things together and go out shopping and have no worries at all. You know you're making the right choice. Absolutely know that you're making the right choice. So yeah, the fearless are very easy, you know, to spot in somebody's house. Somebody who can put their stamp on a room, who can inject their personality into a room, who really knows your style and owns it, you know, and that room walks like a rock star. The girls who are doing Finding Your Fabulous will know exactly what I mean by walking like a rock star, because that's what I'm teaching them to do, to walk like a rock star. It's a joke, but it's serious as well, because it just is something that gives you confidence. So I want you to make your room walk like a rock star as well. Does that make sense? Or am I talking total nonsense? I would love you to have an exciting room. I would love you to have a room that really hangs well together. And I don't want you to be one of the people who never starts because you're terrified of getting it wrong, terrified of wasting money. And maybe this is because in the past, okay, hands up, you know, maybe you have wasted money. Maybe you have made the wrong choices. Maybe you didn't know what you were doing. So the knowledge is what you need. All you need is that knowledge. And let me tell you, not one of you are here, or nobody has ever tuned into the Room Junkie page because you didn't have some interest in your home and in interior design. Some people have tons and tons of knowledge and tons of confidence, and it's innate and it flows from them. Others have done other courses in the past and have self-educated themselves. And, you know, you're here because this is a topic you love, and I just want you to improve it. And I want you to improve your home as well. Jane is saying thank you. Could still do with some additional help for some things. Slow progress. Well, as long as you're in the Sharing Your Secrets Masterclass group, which Jane does, you will have access to me anyway. But I do try to encourage you to develop. That's what I want to do. I want to help you develop your own confidence so that you almost become your own interior designer and you know exactly what to do. And that's a very, very good and positive thing. So the last thing, if you are unsure, if you're in the not so sure, not confident camp, keeping your furniture neutral is a great idea. And I will be brutally honest, I keep my furniture, my soft furnishings, my sofas in particular, I keep them neutral. And I do this for a very specific reason. If you have your big ticket items in a neutral, in a neutral like that, same with your carpets, go with a neutral carpet in a lighter colour. Go with a sofa in a lighter colour. You can have a bleach cleanable carpet that you can clean very easily. No matter what gets spilled on it, you can have an aqua clean type easy clean fabric that you can clean very easy no matter what gets spilled on it. So this makes life very easy. If your big ticket items are fairly neutral, then you can add in your colour, whatever colour you like, in a profusion of colour, add in your cushions, add vibrant rugs, have maybe some colour in your curtains if you want. Kevin Casey's watching all the way from Boston. Congratulations, I believe you've become a grandfather recently. Wow, Kevin is definitely our furthest away guest today, and you can be sure the sun is shining in Boston. It's not shining in Donegal, Kevin. Kevin is a dub. Living in Boston. Michelle's watching, Michelle Durkin, and Keeney's there too. Brilliant. That's great. Am I missing anybody? And Eleni Breda. It's lovely to see you all. Don't be shy, ask a question. And nobody's told me, nobody's admitted, maybe none of you have, maybe you're not a design procrastinator, maybe you don't suffer from design paralysis. And that's great if you don't, but if you do, I'll guarantee you're in one or either camp. You find it very hard to start. And maybe you can get started, but you find it very hard to finish because you find that whole finishing touch is really difficult. In fact, the very last module in Sharing the Secrets is actually all about staging and finishing a room to perfection. There's an art, there's a way that I do it. And again, step by step. I'm a real step by step girl. I've always been a list girl. If you come to my house for dinner, I guarantee that the menu will have been written out. The order that I'm going to cook everything in is going to be written out. The list of things that I need to do, down to cleaning the bathroom and ironing serviettes, are all going to be, it's all going to be written on my list. So, but anyway, if you are a real, if you're just dithering and can't get moving, well, those 3 little tips that I've given you will actually help you. No doubt about it. will actually help you. But I'm urging you all, definitely, to join Sharing the Secrets, particularly now, because it'll never be at this great value again. Once it goes up on that Kajabi platform where my other course is, the price is going to go up quite a lot because it's out of my hands then, and it's going to double in price. So maybe even more than double in price, to be honest. So if you want a bargain, and if you want help with getting rid of this procrastination, design paralysis, indecision, not sure, I want you to become much more confident. I want you to walk into a shop and say, I love that. And then if you're only 90% sure that you love it, you can send me a photograph and say, and what do you think? And I will send you a little text back saying, go for it, or don't go for it, go for this instead. And that's how this works. So it's not just an online course on its own, although the modules are all online, that's the way you learn it, but there is real tangible me input and support in the group whenever you need it. Just like Anne-Marie and her paints the other day. You know, all you have to do is ask and the answer will be given to you. Or I might make you work for it and we'll work it out together. Because I want you to learn. I want you to be able to. I don't want you to rely on me forever. And that's one thing I've noticed actually with Sharing Secrets, which is fantastic. Everybody who did that course last year, okay, exception of Anne-Marie, because I was different. She had something come up the other day that has never, and I was out of her comfort zone. It's not inside her house, it's outside her house. So she was not sure about that. But I am not getting calls and messages from most of the guys because they have actually, their knowledge has come to such an extent that they don't need it. Which is fantastic, and that's a win for me. That's an absolute win. What I want to do is share my secrets. They become your secrets, and then you can use them. The license is yours. So tell me, anybody got any news for me? Anybody doing anything exciting? Anybody on holidays? I'm pretty envious now of anybody who's on holidays in the sun at the moment. It would be just gorgeous to be chilling somewhere warm and sunny, because I'm just craving a little bit of heat for sure. Let me just check my phone again to see maybe something's coming through here that I can't see. Shirley Murphy and Marion Judge is here, up in sunny Sligo, no doubt, Marion, although I'm sure if it's not great here, it's not great in Sligo either. And Caitlin is watching as well. Great. Now I've always, when I pronounce that word Caitlin, I never know whether it's Caitlin or Coshleen, because I come from Carrick in West Donegal, where we would call everybody Coshleen, and yet I have friends whose little girls are called Caitlin. Who's that coming in? Shirley Murphy's watching as well. Brilliant. Oh my goodness, we need to chat. That's fantastic. Anne Latif has a milestone birthday on Thursday. Anne Latif and Jane are sisters, and they're both in my group, so I've got to know both of them really, really well. Jane's in Dublin, Anne is over in Birmingham, and she's got a big birthday too. Well, I had my big birthday 2 years ago, but because of COVID, there was no celebrations at all, and that's why I've decided that I'm going to celebrate every single day this month, and that's why I decided to have the big birthday Sharing the Secrets sale. And why wouldn't I? Because, you know, I share my birthday. That's lovely. Happy birthday to Anne in Birmingham. Anne is absolutely lovely. Okay, now somebody else is coming in a bit late joining. Busy clearing out the odd glasses and mugs, and we'll start using the good stuff. Now, that's apropos of Friday. On Friday, I broached a subject that you probably hadn't heard in relation to interior design ever before. And that's all about the power of your mindset and the effect of your mindset on your home and the effect your home has on your mindset. Because in Finding Your Fabulous, I've been doing so much work with the girls about boosting their mindset, boosting their confidence, learning how to say no, learning how to stop being a people pleaser, putting themselves first and enjoying life and using the good stuff. So yeah, if you haven't seen Friday's video, you should, to be honest, you should, because I really enjoyed it. I've got amazing feedback, so you guys really enjoyed it as well. It's a subject that I am fascinated about because, you know, I've done so much work on my interior design knowledge. In fact, today I had to write a little piece about where it all started, and I actually posted the video, the show house video with the gorgeous Shane Filan on Westlife. That's where I started. You know, my first client was Shane Filan from Westlife on RTE Show House. live with the cameras rolling, right? Turned a shell into a show house in 6 days. And then on the 7th day, on the Sunday, the public came in and voted. And somehow, I won. But mindset worked for me there too, because even though I had never had a client prior to that, I had never had a design brief. I'd never had a design project for anybody other than ourselves. But I did have the self-belief yes, I did have the interior design qualifications. Of course I did. They wouldn't have asked me otherwise. But I didn't have, I had the mindset to believe that I could do it. So you know what? If you can think it, you can make it happen. I've done that recently with something. I have manifested something amazing that's coming into our life. It's there. We haven't used it yet. We haven't got it yet, but it's there, ready to be taken and used. And it'll make sense when I tell you. I can't tell you just yet. But if you can think it, thoughts become things. If you can think it, it can happen. If you feel you don't have the confidence to have an amazing home, honestly, stick here, because what I want to do is boost your confidence. I want to boost your confidence. I want to boost your mindset. I want to boost your belief in yourself, because I think we tend as women put ourselves down. We put ourselves last. We say yes to everything, things we don't want to say. We let people drain our energy. And I've realised the older I get, and I did, I was 62 years ago, so I am around here long enough to know it's important. And minding your energy, minding yourself, making the best of yourself. Life is precious. Today I was speaking to somebody. I had ordered some things online from a wonderful lady, and she was telling me a very sad story about her cousin, 50, who died. Just like that, with small kids. And I thought life is for living. So enjoy the good stuff. Yes, take out the good glasses. Use the napkins. Use the linen napkins. Use your best dining table. Spray the good perfume. I just did that before I came up. I'm going through it so fast and I don't care, because it just gives me a boost. It puts me in good humour. So if I can do anything to help boost your mindset, to boost your home, I will do that. And maybe I'm going to make that my mission for the month of my birthday month, because I've said this many a time, I wasn't always as confident. I wasn't always as happy in my own skin. There was a long process of a couple of years that I had to work through this, but what I've done, I'm going to share with you as well. So I really don't want anything to stop you having the home of your dreams, and I definitely don't want anything or anybody stopping you from living your best life, because you deserve that. We all deserve that. And that's what I want. And it's not selfish to want that. It's actually so honest and truthful and deserving to want all of that. Let me see who else is coming in. Marie Murphy as well. Jane Canning, well deserved, Anne. Hope you've a few surprises along the way. I believe so. Margaret Doherty's there too. Hi, Margaret. Margaret's one of my ladies. It's lovely, lovely, lovely to see. I don't know why I'm not getting messages coming in here, but they're all coming in. That's really strange. They're all coming in my phone. Well, thank God for my phone. That's all I can say. At least I can see who is there. So has anybody got a question at all? Anything that's bothering you about your own house, or maybe somewhere that you're not sure about or not sure where to start? Ask me here while you have me. Ask me here. Okay, I'll keep the phone here in case different questions come up. But I've said this 100 million times, but interior design is all about knowledge and confidence. And the knowledge gives you the confidence, and it's as simple as that. But you do need to have an interest. You certainly do need to have an interest. And some people have an interest and don't have a lot of knowledge, but they know innately that they like it. And other people have a lot of knowledge, but still need a bit of confidence. And they need, they just need that knowledge. And you don't want to learn how to draw up CAD drawings, or you don't want to do room elevations by hand. That's not what you want to learn. But what you want to learn is how to put colour schemes together, how to create flow in your home, how to create a happy home, because there are things that you can do in your home that will actually boost your mood and your family's mood and boost your relationships and make everybody in the house happier. And that is what I want to teach you. That's what I want to give you. And that's what we did all through lockdown. And here we are. We're still here and we're still doing it. And we still need to have the boost from our home. I still think we're going to be spending a lot more time in our home than we ever did. Over the last couple of years, we realised that. importantly, we realise what's not working in our homes. So now is your opportunity to fix them. And it doesn't always cost lots and lots of money. When you know what you want, it is so easy. I say this particularly to my new build people. Once you know what you want, once you've decided what you want, then it's actually easier to go shopping and shop to your budget. It's when you don't know what you want and you're doing random purchases and you bring them all home and you've spent a fortune and your heart sinks because it just doesn't work. Make the choices well in advance, make them from a place of knowledge, and then go ahead and do your shopping and put everything together and just start enjoying your room and enjoying your home and enjoying life. Okay, well, if Geraldine is there too. Hi Geraldine, lovely to see new people coming in. And for anybody who's not familiar with Room Junkie, or even if you've never met me before, my name is Anne Toohey. I am an interior designer. I am currently living in the northwest of Ireland where the sun is not shining. I specialise mostly in one-to-one interior design projects. I mostly new builds, renovations, commercial projects, things like that. But I also have two online two online courses. One is my interior design course, which is Sharing the Secrets. That's the one I've been talking about, that I would urge you to join on the birthday offer while it's available to you, because it will change your house, it'll change your life. The girls will tell you, they know, they've done it. Skelly's just come in and Sandra's in the middle of it at the moment. And I also have my mindset and confidence and lifestyle course, which is called Finding Your Fabulous, and the girls over there are doing amazing things, and now we're starting up again for this year, and yeah, it's just fantastic. Marion, good on you. Marion's got a question for me. I'll read it on my phone, it might be easier. Data rail, you know what I'll do, Marion, I'll put it up here if you don't mind. And okay, data rail in hallway, in or out, currently painting 2 tones of grey, lighter, slightly darker on the bottom, going to repaint. Would you remove the dado views, please? Now, Marion, I know your house because obviously you're in my Sharing the Secrets masterclass, so we've had a chat before, and I suspect because that dado rail is there for quite a while, it's going to cause damage to your wall, and even with the best plaster, you might not be happy with the result. So I think if it were mine, I would keep it. And there's 2 things that you can do because of your colour choices, which are excellent. So you've got the slightly darker grey at the bottom and you've got the lighter grey at the top. You can do 2 things. You can paint your dado white. I can't remember if your doors are, now if your doors are timber, that's different. But if I suspect they're not, because you're talking about painting your dado. Let me go back to that question. Would I remove the dado? No, I wouldn't remove the dado. So I would either paint it white, you can do that if you want, and that's going to separate your 2 colours, which you can do. And it's maybe what I would do. If you don't want to draw attention to your dado, I would paint the dado in with a darker colour on the bottom. And what that will do is, it's almost like going back to the eyeliner, it'll give a little bit of definition to your top, your bottom wall. And obviously the lighter grey is going to pop against that as a contrast. Just be careful that you're going to paint your wall in a matte paint, either a washable paint or not. And I would urge you to do a washable paint always. I always do. Even if you don't have small kids, you know, I still, with traffic in your hall, I would use a washable paint. So you paint that, the bottom part, the wall part of the bottom below the dado in a washable paint, but you paint your dado in a satin wood paint, okay? Because it's a timber, obviously. But I would paint the 2 the same colour and have the light grey on top, or you can, if you want to separate them, you can just paint it in white. Now, you mightn't have thought about painting your dado in with the underneath of the wall, but that's probably what I would do without seeing it. It's hard when you haven't seen it, but just giving you a theoretical answer, that is what in theory I would do. They are your 2 options. And the third option is one that I wouldn't entertain at all, and that's removing it, because I think it's just going to cause too much damage to your wall. And it's in a place, I mean, you get away maybe with taking something off a wall at a different level, but your dado is pretty much somewhere you're going to see. So, and if you've got a long haul, you know, you're going to see a lot of it. So I would leave it and just camouflage it, mask it. And that's actually say you've got something like wardrobes. Say you've got a small bedroom, built-in wardrobes, and the wardrobes are in timber or something, or they're in a colour that it's advancing into the room. If you paint those wardrobes the same colour as your wall, they actually recede and disappear, and it's fantastic. But again, just like Marion's dado, you would paint the wardrobes in a satin wood and you would paint the wall in a matte. And you might get a slight variation in the colour just because one is satin and one is matte paint, but I would have no problem with that whatsoever. So I hope that answers the question, Marion. Okay, I'll wait for a minute and see if anybody else has a question. I will be back tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Marion is saying, again, I've got to look at this from the phone because the sun, now the sun is coming into me. Haven't thought of that. Previously it was painted white between two colours. Well, why don't you change it? Change it up and try and paint in the paint it in with the dado. It'll change the look of it completely. Might give it a more contemporary look, to be honest, Marion. And she's giving me a thumbs up. Jane says, still trying to figure best combination of furniture to put in sitting room. It's rather small. Was wondering, would an L-shaped couch work? Martina, hi Martina. Martina's just joined in. An L-shaped couch will work, Jane, but you must be very, very, very careful that the size is absolutely right. So you do not want an L shape that's going to dwarf the room. So what you're going to do is measure out on paper the optimum size and then go to your shops, and you'd be surprised. Actually, for the house over in Carrick, in the sitting room, I wanted to put it in an L, and I actually bought my sofa in Grove Furniture here in Letterkenny, Easy Living, and the guys, when they were delivering it, I wasn't there, but they said, gosh, Anne, really measured this because I wasn't a mill out. You know, that was exactly the size and the shape. And be careful to remind, well, I don't need to tell you this, Jane, but make sure that the left and the right part, the chaise long bit and the long bit are in the right places. So if you need a right L or a left L, make sure you order the right one so that you get absolutely the right space. But yes, in a small room, an L shape can work if it's a neat L shape and if it's on legs. Okay, the one that I put in over in Carrick was actually the L that matched the sofas that I put in the pods up in Creasla, you know, where my space was so tight. But because a sofa's on legs, your eye is drawn underneath it, and it actually does make the room seem bigger, which is a really good thing. Okay, now Mary's got a question. So let me see. This is great. Questions are coming now just as I'm going, but that's okay. Okay. Mary has a similar dilemma. Let's put this up on the screen. I have a similar dilemma. I have a dado rail in my hall and stairs, and I'm thinking of painting the same colour above and below the dado rail. So should I paint the dado rail white or paint it in the same colour as the walls? I would be inclined to paint it the same colour as the walls if you want. Okay, it's up to you. We had this issue actually in our old house in Dublin. I did paint the dado rail white because the stairs, I'd painted the spindles and the stairs white as well, and it had a dark handrail, so that actually worked really, really well. And I went with a deeper colour on the walls, so it was lovely actually. The contrast was really, really nice. Now, one thing that you can do, and some people do, I haven't done this too many times, you can actually paint your skirting and your walls and your dado all in the one colour, and that in the ceiling is not too high. That actually does make the wall seem taller, but it's not for everybody, so think about that before you do it. Yeah, if you paint it the whole way, it's miraculous the way it actually. Let me sure I get the question right. They're going to paint in the same colour above and below the dado rail. So should I paint it white? It depends which look you prefer. If you like the look of the white rail between the two, and particularly with the greys, you know, or navies, or even some of the greens, the white can look really, really well, to be honest. And I wouldn't be too worried about it dating your space. But if you want to not draw attention to the dado rail, then painting it in with your wall is the right thing to do. And yes, of course, paint above and below. They don't have to be. I think people sometimes think you have to have, because there's a dado rail there, you have to have contrasting colours. You can have, you know, you can do what Marion did and have the dark colour below, which is a bit more practical. People think it's more practical because they might have small kids. But if your paint is washable, it doesn't matter. If you've got a lighter paint, so you can have a light colour at the bottom and the darker colour at the top, and that's a look that I like, I have to say. Or you can have the same colour on both, with your dado painted white or having it all the same colour. It's totally up to you. You're making up the rules here. It's your show, and you know what you're doing. So okay, Mary then paint it all out. She was thinking of a pale colour, probably something like fire and balls. John's white. Yeah, I definitely, if it's a lighter colour, that's exactly what I would do. But just make sure that the data rail is painted in the satin wood. And Farm Law call it something a little bit different. I think they call it eggshell, intelligent eggshell or something like that. Yeah, good. Great to see the questions coming in. Joe is white. I was thinking it was Joe is white, and then I thought maybe it's my eyesight. Okay. Yeah, gorgeous colour. Absolutely. That'll be lovely and fresh in your haul. Jane is saying thank you. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to go. So listen, have a lovely rest of the evening. Hopefully the sun came out for 2 minutes there. It's gone back in again. All I see is cloud. All I see is cloud. So on a day like today, you just make your own sunshine. So maybe it's a day for, cushions, going out and getting yourself some gorgeous bright cushions, or a big bunch of flowers, or a lovely scented candle, or something that's going to put you in good humour for the rest of the day or the rest of the week. And I'll be back at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And but do check out that masterclass, because honestly, if anybody is any way unsure at all, it is a one-step ticket, a one-stop ticket to beating the overwhelm. And Ailish is a question too, beating the overwhelm and just, getting on top of your indecision, because indecision is always, it's the biggest enemy of interior design. It really, really is, because once you start second guessing yourself, you just go down a slippery slope to stop. So when you have the knowledge, Ailish has painted her, I love the sound of this, her haul is green. And green, remember I talked about this on Friday, green is another neutral. Green is a neutral colour as well. Green is such a handy colour. Green is a colour of nature. Green goes with everything. I've painted my haul green and kept her data rail wooden, same as the floor, and it's lovely. I can just picture that, Ailish. And, very, very comforting and earthy, and yeah, that's I love the sound of that. Although I think the two girls have already got painted data rails, so that's not an option for them. And I think Ailish did with my masterclass as well, if I'm right, last year. So it's lovely to see you back. Absolutely lovely to see you back. Okay, I shall go. If you have any topics that you'd like me to cover for the rest of the week, I will. But I'm going to go down to the mindset, and how your mindset can help your home, and how you can help your home, and how you can help boost your own mood within your home, and how your home can boost your mood too. So it's all about mood boosting this week. We can't have sunshine outside, so we're going to make our own. And that's what I'll be doing, giving you the recipe to make your own sunshine. So until tomorrow, stay safe, stay fabulous, and do check out the Sharing the Secrets Masterclass. The link is here. And I'll just check that I put in the right one, because I did it in a hurry before I came on live. So, and if you have any questions, pop them in the comment box here, and otherwise I'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe, stay fabulous, and keep smiling.